Dear Toastmasters members, this is now really my final speech about effective coaching pathway. It's been 3 times I thought it was the final one. This is the final one. So it's been 3 years on my effective coaching path, and it's been really fun and challenging, and it had great benefit on my career. The most important being my coaching career. In these 3 years, I have done 20 speeches within the path, and overall about 25 speeches. Does anyone remember any of these speeches? Okay, do you maybe remember the topic or?
The fear.
The fear one?
Yes, the fear. One side and the tabletop is tips.
Oh, okay, thanks. Mark, you remember?
Yeah, the last. The side also this.
The Coptic stitch. Yeah, the Coptic stitch. Yeah. Brigitta, you remember also? No, okay.
I remember the one you were reading. You had a speech where you were reading.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think so. This has been a long time ago. Yeah. Yeah, so I've been using this Toastmasters platform to try out many different things. One of them was also what the reaction of the audience is when I just read what is written on the paper. This has been kind of my overall plan within Toastmasters from the beginning, to use it as a sort of gym for my personal development, to try out ideas and to practice ideas. I was reflecting on this whole path about my coaching career and Toastmasters, and I saw that it intertwines a lot. And it has a lot to do also with the structure of Toastmasters. I prepared for my speeches, and through these speeches, I learned how to share my story. I remember 3 years ago, I didn't really speak much about my career change, how I went from mechanical engineer to a coach, and I learned how to talk about this in my speeches. I've had speeches about this, about my story. Maybe a third of my speeches were about the insights I've had in my life and also within coaching and Toastmasters and so on. So I've learned how to speak about this as well, to speak about my own change and with this facilitate change for others. I've learned this mainly through preparing about the topics I was speaking of. This had a big impact on my career in a specific way. 3 years ago, maybe it was a little before that, as you already know. 4 years ago, I was really scared to speak in front of public. And I've created also personal development workshop in the People's University, which was greatly influenced by Toastmasters. Why? Well, I've tried out more than half of the topics that I teach there in my speeches. I've also included impromptu speaking in the course. I've also included public speaking in the course, where I ask participants to share their own insights and their own personal stories, to engage them, to speak about themselves, learn about themselves, and also help others learn through this. So the main concept of Toastmasters shows up in many different facets. Another main goal of mine was to become more comfortable on the stage. I mainly achieved this through impromptu speaking, but also through other parts of Toastmasters. Impromptu speaking is really beneficial in coaching, because coaching happens on the spot. It happens in the moment, just like impromptu table topics. You get a topic and you need to speak about it. It's the same in coaching. The person that you're speaking with comes with a topic and there's something to say about it. It's in the moment. I've become way more comfortable with impromptu speaking through Toastmasters. And also, I've gained a lot through giving and receiving feedback. Coaching is all about feedback. It's about speaking about what you notice. This is what coaching is about. When you see patterns of thought and behavior, as a coach, I need to express this to be of some help. Through Toastmasters, I've learned that there is so many different ways how to give feedback and what effect the feedback I give and my words have on others. And I realized that I greatly improved how I give feedback. And I became way more sensitive with the words and with the words that I provide and the way I do it. This is not all. I can go on and on. There's so many examples. I will mention a few more. There's also the listening part of Toastmasters. So it's not just about speaking, it's tons about listening. This part of Toastmasters influenced me so much that I've created a listening workshop. I teach listening. As you know, as you may know, almost 6 speeches from these 20 were about listening. And something else you might remember is that I used ideas to practice sessions to practice exercises about listening. I don't know if you remember, I tried some things a few times. I did all this in Toastmasters. Why? To practice how I give instructions to do exercises, but also for myself to learn about the reactions of people within the exercises. What happened? I went to the workshop way more prepared than I would be otherwise. I know this works because last week I had a workshop, I attended a workshop, and the exercises the lecturer gave us didn't go as planned. I know how this works because I've tried it many times in Toastmasters, and I'm not afraid to fail in this way and improve on these things. It doesn't end here. There's a hidden part of Toastmasters that also has great benefits in our careers. Well, it had in my career. And it's networking. The part that we take for granted, perhaps, after the meeting, when we go to get our informal drink, was actually a challenge for me. Being a sort of, perhaps an introvert, it wasn't too comfortable for me to say something to new people and to discover what they do and things like that. Within Toastmasters, this perhaps now seems a lot easier for me, or a bit like a piece of cake, but it wasn't like this. And I learned this through Toastmasters. What effect did it have? Well, I actually joined a networking club. I enjoy meeting new people. I enjoy asking them what they're doing in their lives and just getting to know them without any kind of agendas. I learned this through Toastmasters. I don't know how I would learn it otherwise. Our motto is boost your career, speak up. I think I took it literally. I spoke and I'm boosting my career. Actually, my whole career is based on this platform, and everything I learn and put into practice starts here. Toastmasters offers tools that can help us, I think, in every part of or any kind of career. There's another saying, what you focus on expands. And I think this is also what happened with me here. If I focus on the way I speak, the way I feel, if I focus on being comfortable in the moment or giving and receiving feedback, these skills expand and improve. We have another motto in our club, which is you win when you act. And I think I took this literally as well. So my path of effective coaching is ending, but not my career. My career is actually just starting. And I'm continuing this career with the next path of I don't know what it's called. I'm continuing my path about relationships and also the path of presentation mastery, where I want to focus more on the structure and the content of my speeches.